The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. Our all in all, the Savior, the Protector, the Unifier, the Messiah, the King of Kings, the most love. Captain Ibrahim Traore has given us another amazing reason to be proud of. Captain Ibrahim Traore is doing everything wonderful and everything to transform the African and to bring us back into what we have lost. There is a new school that has been opened in Burkina Faso to instill discipline. This is not the ordinary ones that we have been attending, the ones that we only go and do memorization and come. The highest mountain in Africa and in the world, what is photosynthesis? All that we do is to memorize, and at the end of the day we are not able to use this knowledge in solving real life situations, problems. This is not that kind of school. This is a reform in education in Burkina Faso. This school is to equip us with life skills, with all the requisite skills, with all the things that we need to be able to solve real life problem, to be critical thinkers, not to just go and memorize and come back. This is an exceptional education that Captain Ibrahim Traore is giving to the people of Burkina Faso. This is amazing. We have never seen something of this sort. And in this school, they are instilling discipline. The boys have to make sure that their hairs are properly done. The girls, no extension. Yes, you know we always want to look like Japanese, Indians, Koreans, Italians, whatsoever except the African. But he said this school is to bring back the African that we have lost in us. So the women or the girls, when you are coming to school, you don't need to put on those things. You have to feel proud in the African skin. You have to feel proud in everything African. The hair, you have to be so proud of our natural hair. Why do you need all these extensions for? Those things are not accepted in the school.
Upon arriving this morning at the Venegran Municipal High School in Ouagadougou, even those who wore headscarves do not escape the rule. Mediation is often attempted for those with extravagant hairstyles to find common ground, but the instructions are strict and clear. No student should have access to the school. Without closely cropped hair for boys and simple braids, without extensions for girls. And this in accordance with the law, according to the joint decree of March 10th by the Minister of Basic Education and the Minister of Secondary Education and Vocational Training.
It wasn't yesterday that you were expelled, it was yesterday, right? So that means you are being defiant. You allow yourself to come back again this morning with that. You will manage to style your hair properly before coming to access the institution. Go ahead.
After the control at the gates, the inspection continues in the classrooms. And there about 20 offenders are caught. Expelled from the classrooms, they are invited to cut their hair or remove their dreadlocks if they want to gain access to the school again.
We were made to leave because we didn't style our hair properly. Our hair didn't comply with the regulations. We have to go and cut it again.
I was made to leave this morning because my hair isn't neat and I plan to braid it.
It's better to undo it and do it properly. You braid your hair properly or you plait it properly. There's no problem. But if you have locks and with the inspection, you do it like that, we can't accept it.
Another institution, same reality. In the courtyard of the Municipal High School Bambata in Ouagadougou, the boys have identical hairstyles without any embellishment or fancy touches. On the girls' side, extensions have been replaced by braids with natural hair. The rule is explained to the students well before the second trimester break.
And what is required? It's simple, natural braids, with natural hair, without any beads. Neither. Ornament key, there you go. It's essentially when you uncover your head and it's completely simple with natural hair, without any wandering styles, without strange models, and according to our understanding it's a hairstyle for which you can't use combs. There you go, to properly pull out your hair.
It is now the norm, a requirement for these learners, since the decision of the Burkinabe government to establish a uniform regulation regarding students' hairstyles in public and private schools. An initiative welcomed by some, but a hard pill to swallow for others.
But then We can't even trace the cause. We just have to be straightforward. It will accentuate the phenomenon of wigs in Africa. I can't have a hairstyle with a design that allows me to attend a ceremony or other events. So that means when there is a ceremony and I am in a period where I have to go to school, I will be forced to wear wigs. And all of this strongly affects our culture.
Now, really, I don't like it at all. Because, well, keeping the hair, it doesn't impact anything. And the intellectual abilities.
If the students are unhappy, the parents, on the other hand, find that the authorities' decision is welcome, as it aims to put children on the same level and reduces social divides. Also, wearing extensions demands a lot from the parents.
I think it's a very good idea because success already starts with discipline. On the economic level also, I think that it's really the right thing because there are parents with limited means who cannot always spend large sums to have their children's hair braided.
This measure comes to standardize the children, like the school uniform. What does standardize mean? Standardize means that there are now students. No rich students, no poor students. We are all students.
The implementation of the decree is effective on the ground, at least that's our observation after a tour in some schools in the capital.
We can say that 98% of the girls complied with the provisions of the decree, and those who didn't have, who weren't in compliance, they had their hair undone. They had only gathered their hair in clumps, but it wasn't compliant. It was neither braids nor knots, so we couldn't accept them. However, the difficulty we encounter is mainly with the boys, the close-cropped hairstyle. There are some who still have hair, you see, who comb their hair well, but it's not A.
So we are also obliged to tell them to go back, to comply before gaining access to the institution. For the successful implementation of the decision, the school officials are calling on parents to be more involved.
Parents need to understand, join us in this effort. Because honestly, we can't make men without breaking some eggs. And that's why we say, if we want education in Burkina Faso to be what education should truly be, we need to get involved. We need to contribute our part. Because in reality, we bring children into the world. We entrust them to educational institutions, but still, we are the biological fathers. We are the mothers at home. It's up to us to understand that education starts at the foundation.
After these checks, if the offending students persist in their stance beyond expulsion, these principals intend to escalate by deducting points.
And this is to instill discipline in we the students. We have been trained in any way. Yellow Popo's form of education has given us everything yama that we cannot talk about. But Captain Ibrahim Traore, with this kind of education, is trying to re-inculcate everything that has lost in the African back into the African. We will have to make sure that we give back our children the culture of Africa. Captain Ibrahim Traore promised us that he will revive everything that is dead in Africa, and that is exactly that he's doing. We have to make sure that everything that is dead, the patriotism that is dead in us, must be brought back. And if we want to move forward, like Yellow Popo came and did, Yellow Popo targeted we the young ones. Captain Ibrahim Traore is making sure that he instills discipline and make sure that all the things that we have that has been lost as Africans are brought back. And that is the reason to which he's doing everything possible to make sure that these children are groomed in the right way. No wigs, no any kind of hair. United we stand, divided we fall. And united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we make African great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world. In Africa, West Africa, and in Burkina Faso.